I'm going to make this video because I couldn't find anything on how to change the bevel gear for my dewalt dw745 model saw. The bevel gear broke some teeth on it. What happened was it got stuck and we broke it. Well, I'll get to that, so the video won't be, we can get right to the point. It's so the motor here gets stuck sometimes when this bar gets rusty or dirty. It's a guide bar when you raise and lower the blade. You got one on this side and the two gears. This one was on here, I took it off. It's got the to the handle. Spin this gear, turns this gear, which is basically a worm drive, raises and lowers the whole motor, which is attached to the saw blade. By the way, remove the saw blade first and it'll be a lot easier to deal with. My big problem was I couldn't figure out how to get the stupid gears off because they're butted up against each other, and me and a couple buddies were working on it and couldn't figure it out till I got it home and I realized you got to raise the saw blade, which if I had taken it off I would have realized it. But you raise the saw blade and there's two Allen wrench nuts that go there that hold this piece on. Let's get some light in there. This little block which holds that guide rod, which is behind the worm drive. On the other side of the motor you've got that guide bar. That's the one that usually gets stuck, causes your blade not to raise and lower. So what you want to do is first take off the blade, and then you can undo the two Phillips head screws that hold that guide rod in. And then you're going to want to take off the two Allen wrench nuts on this side that hold this block in where that gear is. Then you want to take off the nut that's back here that holds the bottom of the guide rod in. And then the whole motor will drop out of place, which allows you to move that out of the way so you can slip this bevel gear off, which, by the way, there are snap rings that go on here that were lost when me and my buddies were trying to figure this out at work. So I can replace, you can replace those afterwards, so I'm not worried about it. I'll replace that now. Replace the gears now, and then I can do the snap rings later. So I got this gear online from eBay, I think, or Amazon for like 12 or 13 bucks. So there's a keyhole there, so you just gotta line up the little square notch. Oh, there's a key. Okay, so there's a key that goes in there, which that's what I heard fall. So you just have to find that key, the little square block, and put that back in there. And then you'll be able to position this back together and put the bolts back in, put the motor back together, and that is how you replace the bevel gear. What we ended up happening when we broke it is this thing, come to find out, the guide rod gets dirty or rusty or whatever, and it won't allow you to raise and lower the motor anymore. It catches. So when that happened, we didn't know it, and we were trying to raise it, and we cranked down on the handle and broke a few teeth off of this gear. As you can see, about 3 on this side, 1 right there. And it was working after we cleaned the guide rod. It's just choppy. It's just like when you want to raise and lower it, every time you hit that gap, it kind of feels real chunky, and so I just wanted to replace that. But so now you see how it kind of goes together. I'm gonna turn the video off and go ahead and put it back together, find that keyway or key or whatever you call it. And so yeah, I just thought I'd make this because there was nothing. I couldn't find any videos or any literature or anything. Even pulled up the parts diagram and it didn't really help me. So I put this on here in case anyone else came across this issue. So that is how you change the bevel gears. Alright.